So one thing that we see all the time is layoffs in the gaming industry. Layoffs in the gaming industry, they happen a lot. And sometimes, you know what? I'm not too fussed about it. Especially recent times when some layoffs have happened. There's been some companies that have put out some absolute shit where it's almost like they deserve to no longer be a company. But there's also some companies that it is actually somewhat sad to see when they do get shut down because of funding. And the most recent one that we have had is Monolith Productions. Now, you might not know them by name, but you will definitely know them by the games that they have released. Most famously being Fear. If you don't know what Fear is, arguably Fear 1 and 2, because 3, it wasn't actually made by Monolith. I don't even know who it's made by, and that's just like, you know, not many people like that. But especially the first Fear. It is an extremely influential first-person horror shooter. Such a classic horror game. I have played it before, and like I said, it is a classic. Great game. And in recent times, they were responsible for the Middle-earth, both Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War games. I never played Shadow of War, but I did play Shadow of Mordor, and I absolutely loved that game. It is an extremely great game with one of the major systems in it being the Nemesis system, which we're going to get into a lot more in this video. But before we do, the reasons for Monolith's shutdown is apparently Warner Brothers games. They are saying that they are starting to move away from certain studios, because Monolith isn't the only production studio that they shut down. They also shut down Player First Games and Warner Brother Games San Diego, as apparently the reason for this is they're wanting to put more focus into like certain franchises that they have lost a lot of money in recent times, because, you know, they did bring out that fighting game. It was pretty much like Smash Bros, but for Warner Brothers, and that completely flopped, even though a lot of people actually did like it. In terms of revenue, it didn't do so well, but they're going to be putting more emphasis on like other studios. They have Avalanche Software, NetherRealm, Rocksteady, and TT Games. So Avalanche Studios, they are responsible for Hogwarts Legacy. That's their most recent game. Rocksteady Studios, honestly, back in the day, I would have been sad, but like now, I mean, they made Suicide Squad. Honestly, they should have shut down Rocksteady and left Monolith Productions. TT Games, they are responsible for a lot of Lego games, most recently being Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. And then when it comes to NetherRealm Studios, they are responsible for Mortal Kombat. So obviously, 4 big gaming studios besides Rocksteady. You know what? They should have shut down Rocksteady, because Rocksteady's most recent like stuff that they've produced with like Suicide Squad was horrible. Like Monolith, the last thing that they produced and developed, sorry, was Middle-earth Shadow of War, which came out in 2017, and they were in the middle of developing a new Wonder Woman game, which would be cool. Like if you've played the combat for the Middle-earth games, the Wonder Woman would actually be great with a sword, because like Middle-earth is all about the sword combat. So I feel like Wonder Woman would have done extremely well for that. I feel like it actually, you know what? It would have been one of those games where, because you know, whenever people see a female protagonist in a game these days and they go, DEI, DEI. I feel like Wonder Woman would have been one of those games where everyone would have been like, hold up, let Monolith cook a little bit. So it's sad to see them go. But the reason why I am making this video is, like I said, that when it came to the Middle-earth games, the one big draw for those games, mainly like the thing that made the game so unique, was its Nemesis system. Now, if you don't know what the Nemesis system is, this is a layout from Shadow of War. Now, I'm going to try and explain it the best way that I can, but it is one of the most detailed systems ever, and it's been a while since I've actually played the Middle-earth games. But the way that it works is it's basically a hierarchy system where you have basically all, like, you know, just regular combatants at the bottom with no hierarchy, and then as you go further up, each enemy has a different, like, you know, ranking and a higher in the rankings. And the thing that makes it really special is that you can assist certain like orcs to help them betray other orcs in order for them to rank themselves up and get higher in the rankings. So it makes you easier to kill like these higher ranking, you know, officers. And when you kill that higher ranking officer, that lower ranking orc who you helped betray that person will then take their place. Or if you just killed that person outright, someone else will take their place. And they're like, this Nemesis system is one of the most detailed systems that have ever come out in video games. But the shit thing with this system is that it was patented by Warner Brothers. It was, and if you don't know what a patent is, it means that no one else in the industry is allowed to use this. No one can use that system as it has been patented. And that's one of the shit things when it came to this. Like, I think, and I've said it multiple times as well, especially when the whole entire lawsuit about, like, you know, Power World and Pokemon came out, that to me, patents are stupid. They stop people from being able to create new things and able to develop that patent even further. It stops, like, more beautiful games being able to come out. Like, could you imagine if the Nemesis system wasn't patented and so many other companies were able to use it? Imagine how many games would have been better with that system in it. But now with the shutting down of Monolith Productions, everyone was extremely curious about what would happen with the patent of the Nemesis system. Unfortunately, for me, for many gamers, and many people in the gaming industry as well, because I bet there are so many developers out there that would love to put this system in their game, without a doubt. Like, there would be so many just RPGs out there that the Nemesis system would take it from here to, like, here. Without a doubt, it's one of those systems where it makes a game so much more better, so much more immersive. But unfortunately, I saw this article, one of many, where it says Shadow of Mordor's brilliant Nemesis system is locked away by Warner Bros. Patent until 2036, despite the studio shutdown. That is right. That is no joke. That is no bullshit. Because Monolith was owned by Warner Brothers, despite the studio shutting down, the ones that produced this, developed this fucking Nemesis system, one of the best systems ever to come out in video gaming history, without a doubt. Fucking quote me on that. I don't give a shit, because it's true. No company is able to use it until 2036, and I bet you any fucking money as well, because if Warner Bros. Actually wanted to use this system has existed since 2014, and Warner Bros. Owns so many other companies. They own fucking Rocksteady as well. You would think that they would give this to Rocksteady to, like, help. I mean, it probably would have still made Suicide Squad a shit game. It wouldn't have helped it that much, but you'd think that they would have given it to them. But no, they've just locked it away for almost over a decade now, where no one's able to use it. And now it's going to be locked away for more than a decade once again. And you can bet your ass, because Warner Brothers is so fucking greedy and so just, like, I don't know what it is with this company, because if they actually gave a shit, they would use it. But instead, it's going to be locked away. And you can bet your ass that when it gets closer to that date, I can see them extending it. 100%. I can see them extending it. Why? Because they're assholes. Because companies are pieces of shit. That's all it is. And I'm pissed off about this. I'm so annoyed by this, because like I said, it's one of those things where it would have improved so many games out there. The amount of creativity that, like, not just big developers, but even indie devs would have been able to do with this Nemesis system. There could have been so many games built around this Nemesis system and developed so many. It would have been beautiful. But no, unfortunately, Warner Brothers is being so fucking greedy, so selfish, and now locking away this patent until 2036. And you know what? Like I said, wouldn't surprise me whatsoever if they go ahead and extend this. And I'm pissed. I'm pissed, and I'm bullshit. And you know what? I think that people should make more videos about this. I think people should be pissed off about this, because it's stopping innovation within an industry that shouldn't have restrictions like this. An industry like the gaming industry should not be hindered by companies that are patenting systems. You should be able to create and develop whatever you want, as long as it's, like, you know, when it comes to straight out copyright, that's fine. But when it comes to patenting systems within a game that can hint creativity, is bullshit. Absolutely bullshit, and people should be pissed off about this, and we should somehow force Warner Brothers to release this patent, especially now that they've closed Monolith Productions. Warner Brothers should go ahead and no longer put this patent on. They should release it to the world after you fucking shut down the company that developed it. Shame on you. Absolutely fucking shame on you that you shut this company down and still patent this system. Absolute bullshit. I hope that, you know what, because Monolith, they still had a great track record in recent times with like I said, their last game came out in 2017 with Shadow of War, and it's sad to see that, Wonder Woman did get cancelled. I reckon it would have been a great game. I actually would have liked to have seen it, considering their track record. Even though it was a while ago, it was almost, 8 years ago, I feel like it still would have been a decent game. But now we'll never know. But I'd definitely like to hear what you guys have to think about all this down below. That's going to be it from me. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Peace out.